So it is Wednesday, that's Nest Day, and it's time for Nintendo Talk. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, Nintendo Guru, The Breakdown, Monday through Friday, every day in between. I take 5 to 10 minutes, talk about the news, top Nintendo story news, that is, break it down, discuss it, give my opinions. So, with that,
here we go.
Okay, so there's not a lot of news I want to discuss other than this one thing. It's been exploding today all over the internet. Nintendo's chat app, it got launched last night. People like Game Explain and all that are starting to break it down, and you're starting to see all over the place like what this thing actually is. So before we start, I just want to say this. There's no need to get anger over people that disagree or don't like this chat option. There's no need to get mad about any of this. It's at the end of the day, it's a video game. There are other chat options out there. This is not the best chat option. Before we even go into this, like there's no doubt this is not the best. That said, I just want to break this down, and I want to be honest with this, because I feel like that's the problem, is a lot of people, Nintendo fans alike, aren't being truly honest with others and their true feelings. I've been back and forth in a lot of debates today, and the way I started the day is not the way I finished the day. And I can say that honestly, and I can say that I believe in what I truly believe now, in what I've seen and what I've looked at. So let's just start off with the cons, okay? Because when I look at my list, the cons outweigh the pros, end of the day. My first con is there's no easy way to set up the chat. If you're a fan of wanting to hear audio and to talk to people at the same time, your only option is the Hori headset with the dongle. You're going to have wires all over the place. It's just not, it's not a nice solution. It's not a neat solution. There's no way to make that work easily at all. So I feel like that's not a good thing for Nintendo. I just feel like that setup is not perfect at all. Honestly, any of the setups that Nintendo has offered to us really are not perfect. I don't feel like any of this whole situation, this whole chat option is perfect. It makes me feel like this is We Speak 2.0. I feel like they just threw something at it and just said, hey, we'll just give them something. I just don't understand it completely. I don't understand why it's not baked into the system. I feel like it could have been done. I get the whole thing of like draining the battery, but let's be honest. You're not really playing on the go and chatting. Like, I feel like that's not really an option, because you need Wi-Fi to multiplayer. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's not truly an option. So, at the end of the day, like, if I'm hooked in at the house, like, why can't, it's not really going to be a drain on the console. I could have it hooked to the Wi-Fi. I just don't understand that at all. Phone needs to be awake. Now, at first I thought, like, there was a complaint today, and yesterday, and look, it's a valid complaint. I'm not going to say it's not a valid complaint, where you have to keep the app on at all times. Now, there are some people that want to leave the app and go text and surf social media in between matches of Splatoon or whatever. I'm not that guy. So for me, I'm like, no big deal. Not a hard thing to do. I can deal with that. That's whatever. Like, I don't care. You're upset about it. Fine. I get it. I'm not upset about it. I don't care that I can't leave to go on Twitter to do something. Which, by the way, when you leave to go on Twitter, the minute you come back, you're right back into chat. You're in the same chat lobby or all that stuff. It just makes it a little bit, I guess, frustrating, because if I'm playing with you and you leave for a second, I want to maybe talk strategy before the match, and I really can't do that now because you've left. But that's neither here nor there. So it is what it is. But the fact that the phone has to actually stay awake is bad. And why is it bad? And this is why I say it's bad. Because it's going to put further strain on the phone. You know, if I'm running Skype, other than video on Skype, it doesn't have to stay on. Like, it can go to sleep, per se, where it's like a black screen. And it doesn't do, it's not going to hurt anything. Like, I could still talk on it and stuff. The fact that it has to stay on is running the phone further than it needs to be, and it's going to be a matter of time before the phone's dead. Which means now I have to have another cable to plug in to keep the battery life up. Now, I get it. Look, it's going to have been done at some point. But if I go in with a fully charged phone, how long before I have to stop? And that's the curiosity thing. Like, especially if I'm playing at home, it's not going to take long before it drains. So I feel like these are some issues that some Nintendo fans, I was doing it for a while myself, are defending. There's some things here that, again, don't bother me and don't affect me at all. I don't have an issue with having to hear the gameplay and be able to talk to people at the same time. There's some people that want that. But when I play The Division or I play Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that online, I keep the in-game audio very, very low. Like, barely able to hear it low. I want to be able to hear my friends talking to me. I'm not worried about the other stuff. So that feature does not bother me at all. But it bothers some people. And at the end of the day, I understand that Nintendo's not making an app for everybody. They're making the app that we feel is best for us. But this isn't really the best app at all. I feel like they dropped the ball with this in numerous ways. And they could have handled this a lot better than they have. That said, there's things I really like about this app. And I think there's things that they nailed perfectly with this. There's a couple things that they can patch and fix. They could probably patch the fact that the phone has to stay awake at all times. They could probably patch the fact that you can't leave the app and go someplace else. You could patch those things, I believe. You can't patch the wire thing unless you put it on the Switch itself. That said, let's move into the pros. The ability to chat seamlessly. So when you're playing Splatoon 2, you go into a section, right? You click chat on the thing, and then it lights up your phone or whatever. You click lobby. You pick the people that are in your lobby with you. It syncs everything up, and then boom, you start talking together. What I really love about the thing is, let's say that we're chatting, all right? And there's 4 and 4. There's 8 of us all playing, and then it breaks us off, right? And we go off, and these 4 go here, and these 4 go here. It stops the call, the lobby call, pulls back, throws all 4 and 4 into their own chat now, so they can strategize and talk and do what they got to do. And then when the match is done, it pulls you all back seamlessly and throws you back in the lobby. That is amazing. Not going to take anything from it. I think that ability is phenomenal. And I think Nintendo nails it with that part of it. But that's all they, in my opinion, that's all they really have going for it. For the chat options. Now, the app overall, there's a lot of stuff, especially with Splatoon 2, I'm a fan of. I like the fact of, like, being able to shop. I like to be able to like, compare my stats to my friends and post stats and all that stuff. I love all that. I love the app overall. I don't like the chat options. For me, honestly, I'm probably going to go the Skype route. Skype, maybe Discord. But I'm not really a fan of Discord. I'll be honest with you. That's just me. You don't have to have a headset to chat with this. That was another thing that got explained that was really nice. Like, you could actually just keep the phone on speaker and just talk into it, and you can hear people perfectly, and you can talk perfectly. So it picked it up amazing. Again, that's why I kind of call it We Speak too, because I think that's kind of what they were shooting for in some degree. So that's why they haven't shown off their headsets. They haven't done anything in those matters. So I don't know. This is very controversial. You guys know, without a shadow of a doubt, I love Nintendo, but I feel like it's very disingenuous to just come out here and be like, this is the most amazing thing ever, because it's not. It's not. And anybody that says this is the perfect solution is so blind, it's not even funny. Is there good things within the app? Yes, there is. Is everything bad in the app and the chat features? No, it's not. More is bad than good, in my opinion. You might be able to work through all this stuff and think this is the perfect solution. I just see a little bit of a disconnect, for lack of a better term. That is all. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, share it with all your friends or enemies, doesn't matter. If you're not a subscriber, please click the subscribe button. Listen, if you disagree, you know what I mean, Please tell me why you disagree in the comments below. I would love to have an open dialogue with you guys. Those that know me know that I'm not a person that is stubborn, blinders, believe what I believe blindly. Like, I like to have an open dialogue and debate this, because you might be able to change my mind. Trust me, the start of this day, this was not the mentality that I had. It took a lot of talking and a lot of sitting down and thinking to get me here. Anyway, follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. See me later.